Charlie Stick served aboard USS Helena during World War II in the Pacific. He came from a notable family as Julius Stick operated a brewery from 1874 to 1884 on the site of the former Beer Hotel here in Carrolltown. USS Helena, on which Charlie served, was a light cruiser of the United States Navy. She was damaged in the attack on Pearl Harbor and was subsequently at the center of the 3 significant battles during the Solomon Islands campaign of the Pacific War. Helena became the first U.S. Navy ship to be awarded the Navy Unit Commendation. She played a significant role in the Battle of Kula Gulf near the Solomon Islands in the South Pacific in 1943. That battle began about 1 o'clock in the morning when the American task group, of which Helena, with Charlie Stick on board, was a part, came into contact with the Japanese reinforcement group, which consisted of 10 destroyers located with 2,600 combat troops that they hoped to land on the islands so they could fight our American Marines. Clearly, something had to be done. The U.S. ships opened fire at 01:57, quickly sinking the destroyer Natsuki and killing the Japanese commanding Admiral Akiyama. However, Helena had expended all of her flashless powder the previous night, so she was forced to use regular powder. Undeterred, she entered the fight. The bright flashes of her guns at night highlighted her location for the Japanese with every shot she fired. 2 of the Japanese destroyers launched their Long Lance torpedoes and hit Helena, fatally damaging her. The main Japanese force then broke away, having landed only 850 of the 2,600 troops they had intended. The Japanese destroyer Nagatsuki ran aground, and the destroyer Hatsuyuki was damaged. The beached Natsuguki was abandoned by her crew in the morning. She was bombed and destroyed by American aircraft. In victory of Helena's nearly 900 men, 168 had perished, including our Charlie Stick. The ship was lost. Later, during the investigation of her sinking, the officers and crew of Helena were commended for their actions. On this special day, we remember our fallen, those we know and those we will never know, men like Charlie Stick, Joe Bishop, Burt Brennan, and young Charlie Farbaugh. In his poem For the Fallen, Lawrence Binion summarizes our commitment to remember them so well. They shall grow not old, as we are that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. This Memorial Day and every Memorial Day, we particularly remember by name those from our small communities who gave every ounce of their devotion that we might be free. World War I, Private First Class Louis E. Bolette, Private Walter D. Farbaugh, Private First Class Gerald W. Fox. World War II, Corporal Oscar E. Anderson, Corporal Robert J. Eckenrode, Seaman First Class Charles J. Eckenrode, Private First Class Joseph E. Glasser, First Sergeant Edward F. Kelly, Private First Class Reuben A. Klein, Staff Sergeant Benjamin E. Randall, Waterman Second Class Charles J. Stick, Private Reuben J. Yonner, Private First Class Michael J. Zajac, Korea, Private Joseph H. Bishop, Vietnam, Private First Class Timothy J. Bilko, Specialist Martin J. Davis, Private First Class Cyril T. Yeckley, Afghanistan, Sergeant Derek L. Shanfield. We, the living, may not be asked to die for our country, but we are asked to live for our country. The example set by these brave warriors shows us the way to live. When we put service to others before love of self, we emulate our fallen heroes. When we commit to excellence in all we do, we honor their commitment. When we live with courage and integrity, we strive to become worthy of their sacrifice. In our our town, there are many such examples of individual and organizational commitment, service, and integrity. The American Legion, the Sons of the American Legion, the American Legion Auxiliary, the American Legion Riders, our Carrolltown Volunteer Fire Engine Company, the John Carroll Area EMS, our police force, our borough civil servants, our teachers, our scout leaders and our scouts, those involved in school activities like our great Highlander Marching Band, our volunteers who support every event, the Parish Council, and of course our church are great ways to keep our commitment to serving one another at the forefront of our lives. Most importantly, our daily service to one another recalls the reason for Memorial Day. Others loved us so much that they laid down their lives for us. Ladies and gentlemen, next week on the 6th of June, we will commemorate the 75th anniversary of D-Day, the Allied invasion of Hitler's Europe in 1944. As you read the articles, watch the videos, and listen proudly to the speeches, please remember that every soldier and Marine on those beaches, every sailor on those ships, and every airman in the skies above Normandy was somebody's beloved son, somebody's dearest husband, and some lonely child's only father. And know that men of Carrolltown were on that beach. Dick Connell, from just around the corner, landed on Omaha Beach mid-morning on D-Day. He lost friends to his left and right, so close, in fact, that he lost his hearing for life on that day. But he never complained. I asked him once if he'd go with me to see the D-Day movie, Saving Private Ryan. He replied, "Why would I want to see that again?" Ladies and gentlemen, I think you'll agree with Dick Connell that we never want to see that again. America today is the greatest country in the history of the world. We are rich beyond belief. We are well educated and well fed. We are free, thanks to the exertions of better men than ourselves and the sacrifices of those we remember today. But if we do not remain strong, if we do not remain vigilant, if we do not remain committed to service to our nation and to one another, we may indeed see that again. So this Memorial Day, as we recommit ourselves to service, to one another and to our nation, as we revel in our unparalleled prosperity, and yes, as we celebrate the massive Allied victory of D-Day, we would do well to heed the words of President John F. Kennedy, spoken to the graduating class of the United States Naval Academy in 1963. When there is a visible enemy to fight in open combat, all applaud, many serve, and the tide of patriotism runs high. But when there is a long, slow struggle with no immediate visible foe, your choice will seem hard indeed. Today, as we honor and remember those who have fallen in our defense, and as we recommit ourselves to living by their example, we must also take account of the long, slow struggles within our nation and within our community. For if we lose the battles against drugs, against crime, and against incivility, we will surely lose the war for our freedom, a war our honored dead lived so valiantly to win. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now up to us. I am confident we will win. Our wonderful community, so well represented here today, is a vibrant and living example of all that our honored dead loved so much. Together, we will remain strong. Together, we will win. Ladies and gentlemen, I once again thank you for your participation in these events today. And I thank you as well for your very kind attention to my recollections on this Memorial Day of the brave men and women from our community. I look forward to continuing to live and work together with you as together we attack the long, slow struggles ahead. May God bless Carrolltown. May God bless the United States of America. Thank you.